It's time to really talk about pedophilia and dark sex magic. I've been talking about it a lot in the past. I've been kind of like giving you small hints and drops of it because it is a very intense topic and most people can't even believe that it is real. It does sound like a story. It sounds like a fantasy and not something that actually is happening in our world. So, dark sex magic and pedophilia go hand in hand. There is a reason that pedophilia is on the rise now, that we see it everywhere, that we finally witness the truth that has been hidden about it for so long. There is a reason that pedophilia and sex slavery are the biggest business on the planet now and have been for a long time. And there is a reason that some have slowly been trying to make pedophilia seem even less terrible than what it is and even legalize it and normalize it. Pedophilia is nothing more than a way for darkness to enter our reality. There are secret orders of very dark high witches and wizards on our planet. They manage many sex slavery rings around the world. Many of the predators in those sex slavery rings were themselves abused and traumatized children. And so they teach kids how to have sex very early on. They, as someone who's been traumatized as a child is just going to create more traumatized children. Kids today are sexualized at a very young age these days, and these dark magicians feed upon the distorted sexual energy that these poor children emit. We are all electromagnetic. Our bodies emit and transmit energy constantly, so the dark magicians know how to manipulate and use this energy to their benefit and agenda. And the most powerful energy a human can emit is through their sexual energy, of course, as we talked about before many times. There are horrific dark ceremonies that are done to children behind closed doors. And the thing is, they're even done right in front of our faces. It is done all the time, but most humans never see it. The rituals are done in front of millions of people all the time through music shows, sport events, the Vatican, big events. These are just a few examples. And because they are done for all to see, they also are charged with the energy of the faithful crowd that gives their emotions and attention to the ritual unknowingly. The more horrific actual sexual abuse and torture ceremonies are held behind closed doors, though I know some are even done for all to see with a disguise of being a movie or entertainment, and people don't know and can't believe that it's actually real. After all, people will never believe that an act that is so terrible will be done in plain sight in front of everyone. In the most dark sexual ceremonies, the act of opening the lips of the victim, the lower lips and the anus as well, and spilling semen inside the person's body and charging the magic, not only through the sexual energy of the person, but through the trauma and the pain and the fear, especially the fear, the emotion that the victim emits from their being. Because the thing is this, and we will continue talking about it later, these dark sexual ceremonies are done by people, but they are managed by other beings. I call them demons. They're demons. They're nothing more than demons. So they are feeding off emotions, mostly the emotions and the energy, because that's what we are emitting. These are the waves of energy that we're emitting, and it's coming mostly from our emotions, and it is done very powerfully through horrific abuse and fear. So these rituals are always controlled by a demigod. So these people are called, these demons, a demigod, which is nothing but a demon, of course. And those evil humans who participate in these rituals, who believe they will become themselves some form of a human demigod, they lose their connection to their soul forever. They wish to be initiated to the order they serve, but really they're creating a hell. They're literally creating another dimension, a hell, which they will be trapped in for eternity. Listen to what I'm saying. There is no turning back from this kind of dark magic, no matter what feeling of fake euphoria it may give you for a second or for a lifetime. It doesn't matter, but you have lost your soul forever. Many spiritual people say that, there is only light and everything is from God and everything is from source, whatever you want to call it. And even the darkness is from source. And it is true. But there is darkness in this world that is complete darkness. It is not from source. It is not from God. It did not come from God, and it is not going back to God. And I don't like to use the word God because it gives a very religious, point of view. I'm kind of saying it God right now because of a lot of people are seeing it that way, but let's call it source. I have seen and I have battled myself this darkness that is so pure and so ultimate that I've seen that this darkness is not from the light and it will never return to the light. This is the darkness that has been manipulating and trying to take a final hold on our reality, for it is fed by human energy. We are its life force, and it is time for us, and it is up to us to know this and stop feeding it our life force. And it is time we stop feeding it our children. This energy possesses humans so easily, and it wants to take knowledge away from us. Remember, light is information. Darkness is lack of information. Now, human beings who practice this dark sexual magic and allow these entities, these dark entities, to take hold of them will never be the same again. There is no turning back. These demons of infinite darkness leave you different after the sexual act that they ask you to do, that demand you to do. In their name, whatever you want to call it. They pass on their energy because they need a host to move through into this dimension. So what they actually want to do is just to come and take over this dimension. They have been trying to do this for eons. And they've been trying to do this through poison in our food, through making us believe that eating animals is natural, which is eating animals is a sacrifice, is a blood, torturous, painful sacrifice of fear, and it is nothing but demonic. It has been trying to do it through religion, through the school systems, through vaccines, through so many ways. And destroying our sexual divinity has been the greatest thing the greatest way that it has been manipulating us and destroying our power as human beings, because it has been destroying our divine union. You can produce a child if you get pregnant with sex with a demon. These children, these kids that are born, are not fully human, and they are born with part demon in them. This is real. I know it sounds like a fairy tale, but it's real. Many of the people in our society in high power were born such children from such a union. So you can imagine what kind of adults they're going to be. Now, this dark order of insane human beings needs and uses these people because they are also more easy to control, since they have an innate doorway to the demon world that is within them, because they were born that way. So that's why they kind of like to keep their bloodline, so-called, very pure. They use these people as portals and create a natural portal to the demons through creating fear, pain, and also their sexual orgasm and energy. This order targets and needs the most powerful people in our society, especially people in politics, music, entertainment industry, movie industry, because by using them, not only they can also eventually use the energy of all the blind masses who give their energy to these famous people they worship as gods. Some celebrities are literally used as puppets, as sex demon hosts. Not all of them, but a lot of them. These people are themselves some sort of sex slaves, but they chose to become one. So they're not victims. They gave themselves to the darkness and serve it. Now, not all celebrities serve the darkness. Let me be clear about this. Not all celebrities, but most do. It is crucial now more than ever to be aware and conscious and use your inner wisdom and guidance when you choose your sex partners. How and who you are having sex with affects the world. Now, in the dark, if the darkness uses sex in such a baneful, horrific way, we must use the same force in the highest loving way to conquer the darkness. So we are going to use sex, and this is why I opened the Sex Magic School. We are going to learn how to use sex to counterpart this dark attack on our power, on our human power, and our divine union. If you do not have the most divine aligned partner to bring the highest love vibration through sexual union into this dimension with, please stay celibate until you find your, if you want to call it twin or soulmate or whatever, a partner that you can bring and create only love and pure energy. And so that you two can together invite and hold the light codes of the temple that are given to us now. You can do this alone. You do not need a partner. I teach this as well, but you have to learn how to do this right. You must create, you must recreate and restructure the cells of your body, your energetic body, all of your being into the purest form of light vessel and channel that you are. This is important, especially if you are a human with specific powers or sensitivity here on the planet now. If you are a light worker, as many people like to call it, of any kind, this is extremely crucial for you. I love you so much. I am a servant of the Mother, and I pray for the awakening of all men, women, and children on planet Earth. Thank you.